Hey guys, welcome back to Ghoulin Around. Today we're continuing our John Carpenter series looking at his 1993 movie Body Bags. Today, I'm your host, Jason Massey. Joining me, as always,
Joanne Massey.
Loretta Mooney.
Yeah, so for you guys who haven't heard of this movie like us going into it or haven't seen it in a while, the basic premise of it is a coroner tells the story of 3 body bags. And you get to watch from their perspectives kind of what went wrong and
How they died.
Well, he wasn't the coroner, actually.
Well, spoiler. Yeah. So, anyway. Yeah, so, turns out the coroner wasn't actually a coroner, but was one of the dead bodies.
Yeah.
Kind of just having his own little fun there.
I kind of assumed that when he was drinking formaldehyde.
Yeah.
At the very beginning, I was like, what the fuck? He's got to be dead.
Yeah. Puppies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the first one.
Yeah, so in the movie, it's kind of broken down into 4 segments. Like, you have the coroner, who takes place, like, in between the 3 main sections, and it kind of has, like, a 3-part, like, mini stories in between it. It has the gas station, hair, and eyes, I think is what they're called or whatnot. And each story kind of follows its own separate characters, none of which are kind of really interconnected, besides the fact that all their bodies ended up in the same morgue. And, so the first story involves a gas station attendant, this young girl who, first night on the job, she gets left alone, and people start dying. Yeah. Well, one guy.
One guy?
Yeah, one guy does.
One guy.
Well, 2 guys.
I was going to say more than one.
Well,
This has my favorite person in the world.
Yes.
Sam Raimi.
Yeah.
As a dead body.
Yeah, so this, the cast of this is actually really interestingly
very
star-studded.
interesting, I thought.
Yeah, it has Wes Craven, Sam Raimi, Greg Nicotero, has John Carpenter himself, who plays the coroner, the best character in the entire movie. Even has Mark Hamill. He appears as one of the characters.
Yep.
And
Tom Arnold was in there. So I had a huge cast.
Yeah, it was for something I've never heard about. That was just like, wow, look at all these people.
I was like, I've never heard of this movie, and then as I was watching it, I was like, there's so many big names in this. How have I not heard of this?
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people have heard of this.
Yeah, and me growing up and watching, these kinds of movies younger, because you guys weren't born then, I'd never even heard of it.
I was born.
I was 5 years away.
Okay, you were too. But anyways, just, me growing up and being into that stuff at that time, I'd never even heard of this movie. So it was really odd. I was like...
I feel like it's one of those, like, diamonds in the rough situation where it's like, it's maybe not too popular or like widespread, but it's a really good movie. Like, we all enjoyed watching it.
I enjoyed
really
it.
Good.
I mean, it kind of reminded me of Tales from the Crypt, because
he was kind of like the Crypt Keeper,
Goosebumps.
Oh, like stories in between, kind of.
Yeah.
Except more gruesome.
And John Carpenter was just so freaking hilarious in this.
Yeah.
His little, like, funny puns and crap that he was talking about. And him, like, looking through the dead bodies.
I love when the 2 actual coroners show up and start biopsying him, and he's like, these guys crack me up.
There was, it was a lot of that I think I liked a lot about it. Otherwise, if it didn't have that in there, I don't think I would have liked this as much as I really did.
Yeah. So anyway, back to the first story with the gas station.
Yeah.
So the lady at the gas station gets left alone, people die, and there's like a murder on the loose or something, like on the news.
And so, like, on her way to the gas station, like, there's a news report about, like, a serial killer going out and killing people and whatnot. And so, like, the good majority of her story is kind of, like, this suspense of, like, you don't know, like, who these characters are, because everyone she meets is very sketchy. Like, the first person she meets is Wes Craven, who plays this really awkward guy that just, like, stares at her. And then she meets, like, her dream guy who's, like, all, like, her charismatic, and then he forgets his credit card, which comes back to save her.
To save the day.
Yeah. And then what the fuck was with the couple? Like, goddamn, they must have
been having a good
weird.
time.
Oh, yeah, that was weird.
That old guy, like, she's like, can you check the bathroom for me?
Yeah, she
that
meets
was
a
really
homeless
weird.
guy.
She was an idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first time she walked out of the booth, she locked herself out.
Yeah, she was an idiot.
Yeah.
Like...
I was like,
and
as
then,
soon
like,
as
she
she
almost did it
walked out, I
again.
was like, yeah, she just locked herself out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know there was a secondary key for that.
Yeah, on her first day, why would she even know it was in there?
Yeah, I feel like in the beginning, like, her boss, spoiler alert, turns out to be the killer. But I feel like he mentions it to her, like, really quickly when he's going over stuff.
Well, he actually wasn't her boss. He had already killed the attendant that was already there.
Sam Raimi.
Okay. Yeah.
And then he took over and then started killing everybody after she was attending the gas station.
Yeah. So literally, Sam Raimi plays a dead body that falls out of a locker.
Yeah,
That's all he does.
That's all he does.
He's on screen for like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
I don't even think it was 5 seconds. I think it was like 2.
It's like, oh my god, dead body. Yeah.
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 And there goes Sam Raimi. Bye.
I think he plays a good dead body, though.
Yeah.
I was just like, look at him! Look, there he is! I enjoyed it.
Yeah, because, Sam Raimi is her favorite.
Yeah.
But so after like he kind of reveals herself and like she goes to call 911, she was a fucking idiot when she called 911. She was like, "Oh my god, there's a guy trying to kill me." Hangs up.
Yeah.
It's like you didn't give them any information. Like you didn't tell them where that you were. You didn't tell them like what your name was or anything. It's like
Yeah, but back then they had when you have landlines, they automatically pop up with your phone number and address. I know you don't know that now because everybody uses cell phones.
Yeah.
But still, she was.
But
just,
still,
oh my
yeah.
God.
It's like whenever I see someone call 911 in a movie, I'm just like, all right, right when the call starts, it's like, take a breath, just tell them the information, and then hang up. It's like, I'm here, this is what's happening, come save me, hang up, and then just try to survive.
I know, everybody freaks out.
Yeah, it's like, I get it, in the heat of the moment, you're probably not thinking too clearly, but that's not helping you.
No.
It's not helping you.
No. I get that a lot with work when we have like trauma intakes or I just learned Trans-Aero, which is like our helicopter dispatch. So we do like dispatch. But we do like scene calls, right? So like, in the middle of the desert and people need help. But like they're usually like people are going to die if you don't get there on time. So people freak out and these girls are like, "Oh my god." And I'm like, I did crisis response for 2 years. Get the information, don't freak out. Get the helicopter out there.
I feel like with every horror movie as well as with life scenarios, it's like the main thing, just try to stay calm.
Relax.
It's like, I understand you're freaking out, but if you keep continuing to freak out,
it's not
you're
gonna help.
die.
Yeah, it's not gonna help anybody.
But see, then we wouldn't have such good movies.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, that's true.
As we've said before, like most horror movies are entertaining because the people are so dumb. Like,
Yeah, I know I
it's
do.
because like in the beginning
just make
of
fun
a horror
these
movie,
people that are just so stupid.
yeah,
And the
it's
stupid
like in the
things that
beginning
they
of a
do.
horror movie, if they were smart, the movie wouldn't exist because they would have taken care of it. Like they would have defended themselves. They would have like found some way to not die.
Yeah.
Rule number 1: don't split up.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah, they always split up. It's like, oh my God, they're all gonna die.
There's a killer on the loose. All right, everyone go by yourself.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna do that. I'd be like, no, let's go.
Yeah, it's like
I'd be like, don't ever let go of me.
it's like if you're gonna split up, at least stick with like the buddy system. At least go
Well, at least
two or
two or
three
three
teams.
people. Yeah.
Because then if one of you gets injured, the other can help you.
Yeah.
Unless the other one turns out to be the killer, and then you're screwed.
Then you're screwed.
But then everybody else knows who it is because the person's dead. So it's kind of like.
But then they can come back and be like, "Oh my God, they died. There was nothing I could do to help them."
Uh-huh. We don't believe that.
Yeah. But I loved the way the gas station attendant, her boss dude. I love how she crushed him under the car.
Yeah.
That was so like horribly done though.
It was.
Like you could see like the truck was
moving
still
so slow.
Well, even at that, the truck was still lifted up pretty good. Like
he could have crawled out of there, and it had tires on it, so it wouldn't have crushed him like that. But yeah.
You have to be a really fat person in order to be crushed.
Yeah. He didn't look it, but he was a chunky monkey.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah.
God, I must be a whale.
So, yeah, and so moving on to the second story, I think it's just simply called Hair.
I think so.
It basically follows the premise of an aging man who basically begins to lose his hair and is basically like going to go bald. And
he's freaking out.
He's freaking out, and he thinks that his girlfriend is not going to love him anymore, so he starts obsessing with his hair. and he tries multiple methods to try to get it back. Like, he sprays his head. That was funny.
That was pretty hilarious.
That
I
was
love
hilarious.
when he opens the door and it's just like the top of his head is just painted black.
Well, the
It's
one
like,
where she leans down and kisses him on the head, and she comes back and all her mouth and lips are all just pure black. That was freaking hilarious.
but and then after they kind of like break up, he sees a ad for a new hair implant thing from a new doctor. Of course, he goes and tries it, and it gives him his full head of hair. But at the same time, weird shit starts happening, and you eventually...
His hair grows like fucking a foot in a day.
Yep. Like, it's all the way down to, like, his knees and shit.
Yeah, when he goes to sleep and it's like here, and then he wakes up and it's like all the way down to his feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then...
Cousin It there.
Yeah, right?
That's what I kept thinking.
He was starting to turn into Cousin It.
Yeah, and
That's
then,
what I kept saying. I was like, oh, it's going to be a Cousin It story.
Yeah.
the plot kicks up when he starts growing hair from, like, all out of his face. There's
And
hair
his
in his
arms.
throat.
His arms, his
Starts-
throat, his tongue. Ugh.
And
Everything.
you eventually learn, spoiler alert, it's an older movie, but so the doctor apparently is an alien, and that's how they eat, is they basically feed on human brains, and that's the implant method. Is so his hair is actually like tiny little worm-like aliens just eating away at his
that
brain.
was funny. Like when they cut the hair and you just see like this little like worm like, going like this.
And screaming. Like,
Yeah.
going-
So this one was really cheesy.
Yeah, it was. But it was kind of funny, though, too.
Yeah.
I very much enjoyed it. I thought
I
it was really
enjoyed
funny.
it. I had to look up that actor because
I recognized him, the older
I
guy.
recognized
He's played in
him.
other
And I've seen him before, but I don't know his
I
name.
don't know either. I for a second when I first glimpsed at him and heard his voice, he sounded like the guy from Friends. What was his name? The older guy that Monica dated.
I know
Oh,
who
Tom
you're talking
Selleck?
about.
No.
I know he's
it's not
not,
Tom
but
Selleck.
he sounded like him.
Did you ever watch the George Lopez show?
Yeah, a
It
little
was on
bit.
like Nickelodeon. I
I
know he
watched
played a character on there.
Oh, I didn't
It was
see him on there.
Carmen's boyfriend's father was the one he played. He was like a real rich
I
guy.
know, he's played in a lot of things back in the day.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's older, you know. But I've
plays
seen
some
him
good
quite...
characters.
Yeah, he does.
Although in terms of like acting, I think he nailed it. Like, he did really good, especially when he first revealed his hair. Like, that I felt that. Like, I felt his happiness. Like, he was freaking out. I love how he starts like doing
Yeah,
pickup
he-
lines
yeah.
in the mirror. He's like, "Oh no, I can't let
Yeah,
you touch it because
yeah.
then everyone else will want to touch
I was
it."
like,
gosh.
oh my gosh. I was dying with that. But, you know, he did really good. I mean, he actually made it sound like, oh yeah, you know.
And it was so like shocking to see him go from like what he did look like.
I know.
To like
with that
really
hair.
long hair.
I was like,
what
oh.
the hell? And
Yeah.
it was like
I liked
does
him
not
better
look
the
good.
other way.
It did not look good on him at all.
No.
I like that part where they're showing him the different hairstyles he
Yes.
can get though.
That was hilarious. I loved that part.
That was pretty funny.
My favorite
And the
part
nurse.
of that, yes, the nurse. Fucking, she was weird.
She was so funny. She would like look at him, he'd be like, and she's like, no.
No.
And then when he was like, oh yeah, that's it. She's like, oh yeah, you'd look so sexy.
Yeah, she's
It's
so
like, oh my
funny.
God.
That one was so cheesy.
I know.
My favorite part of the whole hair mini story was towards the beginning when he leaves the hairdresser and he is standing by his car and he sees the people with all their long hair.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
And like he sees this like beautiful girl walking down the street, long flowing hair. It's like in most movies, like they're looking at the girl, but you know she's just looking at her hair. That cuts to a guy walking his dog, long flowing hair.
Yeah.
The dog has all this hair on him too,
Yeah.
and that was played by Greg Nicotero.
Oh my gosh. So,
Yeah, I actually liked it. I mean, it was kind of weird, but it was done well.
It was a good weird.
Yeah, it was
I
a
really
good weird.
enjoyed it.
the third one.
Third one. So this one is it has Mark Hamill playing the leading role in that mini part. But the premise of is that this star baseball player whose like career is about to take off and whatnot gets in a car wreck and loses one of his eyes. and so like he's like freaking out that he can't do baseball anymore. And then a doctor has like an experimental procedure where it's like, well, I believe I can get you a functioning eye. It's risky. It's never been done before. And he's like, yeah, fuck it.
It was like an eye transplant.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so they transplant the eye into him, and then he starts seeing some weird shit. And then...
And it starts to actually create his behavior to be different, too.
Yeah, because in the end, it's revealed that his eye was actually from a serial killer. And so when the eye got implanted in him, he started seeing the things the serial killer saw, and he starts thinking like the serial killer.
Yeah.
And it's very interesting.
So at the end, he realizes what's going on, and he wants to take the eye out.
So he stabs himself in the face with a garden
and kills himself.
Shear and kills himself.
Yeah, it's really weird. I thought it was really interesting just because, like, you start thinking that he's seeing things that, like, the serial killer saw, but no, it was just, like, thoughts of, like, oh, we should kill your wife kind of thing, you know? Yeah. It was just like,
kill
what the
your
hell?
wife, fuck the body, bury her.
Yeah. Yeah, because he starts, like, freaking out and starts digging up the backyard because he sees, like, a dead body in the backyard, but it's not actually there yet.
Yeah.
Yet.
I found it pretty interesting. I liked it.
I actually think Mark Hamill did a good job playing this part. Mm-hmm. I haven't seen him quite in a part like this. Obviously, everybody knows, you know, him as Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
You know, I've seen him in a couple other parts, but this one was different.
Yeah.
And I actually think he did a good job.
He's a good actor.
Yeah, he is.
At first, I didn't recognize him because, like, I didn't see through his mustache and his southern accent, and I was like,
his accent
this seems like someone who
off.
just looks like Mark Hamill. And then when he lost his eye and had the patch over it, I was like, you look exactly like Mark Hamill.
The accent threw me off a little bit. I knew that I recognized him, and as soon as they did the profile shot of him, I was like, oh yeah, okay, that's Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but towards the end, he completely loses it.
So what was your favorite one?
Which one was my favorite out of the three? I don't know. I'd have to go with either Hair or Eye. I feel like I liked Hair the best.
You're going with a cheesy one, huh?
Yeah.
What about you, Mom?
I'd have to go with Eye.
Eye.
Mm-hmm.
What about you?
Yeah.
The Coroner.
Yeah.
Well,
he had his own little story.
You gotta pick one of the main ones here.
Hey, he had his own story.
He did. All he did.
But because I loved the end so much.
Him. Yeah, I know. Well, we were picking one of the main stories. You pick one.
I didn't say you couldn't. I just said, what was your favorite one? I didn't say pick the three.
Redact, I picked the Coroner.
Okay, yeah. Because he was just so kooky and so weird. And
he was so funny.
He was so funny, and all these different puns and stuff. And that's kind of he reminded me of the Crypt Keeper, because the Crypt Keeper actually does a lot of those puns too. Yeah. And I was like, I wonder if they kind of, I don't know which came first. Wonder if they got that kind of.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Tales from the Crypt was way before this.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because we had Tales from the Dark Side, Tales from the Crypt, Vault of Terrors, I think it was Terror Vaults or something. Vault of Terrors was another one that was kind of like it.
I don't know. Crypt Keeper is the best. Sorry, I'm just not saying it right, but the Crypt Keeper is the best. I mean, he just so funny, just introducing all these little short clips of things.
And I really wanted to know, like, okay, so right before I started, and he's going through the bodies, and he picks up, like, the bag that's got a body in it. But he doesn't tell that story. I wanted to hear that
story. Well, he tells you, like, a brief summary of what happened. He's like, oh, yeah, the car got hit by a train, and then the body was dragged 900 feet by the train.
And all you see is, like, body parts in this little Ziploc bag. It's like...
It's got juices in it and stuff.
I love how he, like, holds it up to the camera. He's like, it's amazing what can happen to the human body. And he starts tapping the camera with it.
He was so funny. I loved the end, though, when the actual coroners came in, and he's like, "Oh, gotta go," and he like lays back down on the table, and he's like dead.
My favorite part is when one of them walks out of the room, and the other one picks up some guts, turns around, and puts it. And as the guy picks up, he like leans up, looks at it, and then goes back to being dead.
Yeah. He's like, "Well, what are you doing?" Oh,
okay.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that.
I enjoyed it.
I don't think I've actually seen John Carpenter play in something.
No, I don't think I have either. This was the first for me. I've not seen Sam Raimi play in anything either.
I know Sam Raimi's played in quite a few things.
But I've never seen him in anything.
He's one of those ones that if you don't know him, he's not recognizable.
I feel like he's more of a cameo actor.
Yeah.
I have seen Greg Nicotero play and stuff.
Yeah.
But as far as Sam Raimi and John Carpenter and Wes Craven, I've never seen them play in anything.
Yeah.
So this was actually kind of cool to see them get into the movies instead of being behind the movies.
Mm-hmm. I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed
I did too.
Yes. Would you recommend this movie?
Yeah.
Oh,
I think
absolutely.
we all agree.
Absolutely.
It's on YouTube.
We watched it on YouTube.
Anyway, so
for free.
If you want, you can literally just look up body bags and it'll pop up. You probably have to put in John Carpenter's body bags. So I'm pretty sure if you just look up body bags,
you're gonna get body bags.
Body bags.
Yeah, I literally just did it. Like every time we watch a movie, I literally just do a Google search.
To find out where it's at.
To find out where we can watch it or rent it or whatever. And yeah, the YouTube video popped up and I was like, oh fuck, we can watch it on YouTube. Yeah. But this one, like, I would definitely buy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That would go good with my John Carpenter collection. When I got up
this morning, I was half tempted to just like start rewatching it and be like, I kind of want to rewatch it.
I enjoyed it.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. I think we all really enjoyed it.
Yes. It's just a well-done movie, and even though it's not like a 2-hour single story interconnected, it was really good having
they put the stories
four
together
stories in between. And even though they're not related, it felt nice.
Yeah.
See, after watching it, I kind of want to like have a spin-off show of just the coroner doing like every episode is a different body, and like the episode ends with him. It'd be good.
I liked when he was like going through like the bodies and he's looking at the toe tags and shit, and he's like, natural causes. That's natural fun.
Causes.
Yeah.
Causes. It's like, I hate natural causes.
Yeah. I kind of sound like me when I worked at the fire department. I hate working the one that was like the non-crime unit because it was like natural causes. I loved working the crime unit. Gunshot wounds, stabbings.
I love when he unzips the bag and he's like, come on, give me a gunshot wound or a stab wound. Come on, give me something to poke around in.
Yeah. He was pretty funny.
Yeah, very funny. But I think you guys should go out, find it, look it up on YouTube, watch it. You will enjoy it. If you like any of John Carpenter's stuff, of course we like The Thing and, you know, a few other ones of his. This was actually a really good one. You should watch it.
It was a good blend of like horror with like intercut comedy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This is just kind of like, if you liked any of like the Tales of the Crypt, Tales from the Dark Side, anything like that, it's kind of like that.
Yeah.
And even if you don't like comedy in your horror, there's like, it's a good break in between where there's like not too much comedy that you can still enjoy it just for the horror.
Yeah, because the stories were pretty much just horror.
Yeah.
But it was just the coroner that was making all the punny little jokes and stuff. So.
Plus, it was nice because, like, after every horror segment, there was, like, kind of, like, a relief in tension with, like, him kind of just joking around. And then it's like, oh, now we dive back into the horror and all that.
Yeah.
It was pretty good. I recommend it. Definitely.
10 out of 10 would recommend.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that pretty much covers body bags. Stick around next time when we continue with John Carpenter's Into the Mouth of Madness, 1995.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. So
apparently it's part of like a 3-part series of his.
Yeah, so we should watch all of them.
We have.
What
Apparently this movie connects with 2 of his older movies.
It was Christine and what was the other one? Starman.
Okay.
I saw it at the beginning of
Christine,
the preview that you showed
Starman, and there was another one. Wasn't there another one?
I don't know.
I didn't see another one.
I don't know. It looks really good though.
Yeah.
We watched the trailer.
Yeah,
for
it looks
really good.
very interesting. It has Sam Neill back from the Invisible
Yeah.
Man.
It looks like it has to do with Stephen King.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm interested
And
to
I'm
see what that's all
I'm
about.
really kind
I'm
of
wondering-
freaked out that I don't know about this movie.
I'm wondering if it is a Stephen King
written.
thing, because he does do a lot of Stephen King stuff. What was the other one he did? That it said it was another Stephen King one that's linked to this that he did.
I don't know.
Because he did Christine and something else by Stephen King. What else did
No,
he do?
he didn't do anything else.
No?
No, Carpenter didn't direct anything else besides Christine.
This is annoying me. I thought there was something else. We have to watch the trailer again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again.
Anyway, that's a next week problem. So yeah, stick around for that, as well as our other series, Continuing Clowns as always, our other movies as well.
Into the Dark.
Into the Dark.
You're
all
excited
that.
about Puka.
Yes, I can't wait to watch it.
I watched it.
Yeah. So, yeah, stick around for that. Like, subscribe, click the links below. Definitely ring that bell so that next time we upload, you can see it first, maybe.
And those that are on Facebook, I've noticed that we've gotten a lot of Facebook likes within the past week, so thank you. That helps a lot. We've gotten like 10 within like 2 days.
Well, by the
I
time
know, I
this
saw
comes out,
that.
that'll be outdated.
I was like, that was awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know who's liking them, but keep on going.
Yeah. But, yeah, so join us next time for all that cool stuff, as well as go on our
Substance?
Yeah, substance.
Substance.
But, yeah, feel free to like our Facebook page, interact with us anytime. We're completely available for you guys to take questions, leave comments. Yeah, and besides that, just keep Ghoulin.